And so, Chase, what has been the most exciting part of going to ECTC, or your most favorite part of kind of coming here and, from high school to college? That is a pretty big transition. And so what's kind of been the highlight of college so far?
Well, before I get to that, I will say that, I'm basically, in a way, I won't say your typical small town boy. I was born and raised here in E-Town. I went to E-Town High School, and now I'm here at E-Town College. And basically, the highlight of me attending here is I feel like there's more than one. I think, not only, to see, my friends here and, to make new friends as well, but I'm also wanting to, I don't know if this is the exact fact, but I heard from one of my favorite TV shows called Atypical, which is about a guy named Sam who has Asperger's. You basically see him, and it's on Netflix only, it's a Netflix original, and you basically see him go through relationships and his high school life and family dramas and stuff like that. And so during the show, I forgot which season or episode, but they say that 1 in 5 people on the spectrum make it into college, very little. And I'm also I'm basically, in a way, punching those statistics in the face.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so with shows like Atypical and maybe some of the other media like we've discussed earlier, do you see a lot more representation of, people with autism in movies, music? And then does that make you feel like those are good representations, or have you seen a lot of quality media content to help people understand what it's like to be a young person with autism?
I think so. It also depends on how well they portray them in the media. I heard mixed reviews for season 1 of Atypical, and then it got better throughout for seasons 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. And they're getting ready to come out with their 4th and final one next year too, because in the 3rd one you'll also see him going through a new change, basically when he's going into college. Mm-hmm. And there's even some famous people that you might not have known who have autism. For example, actor from the original Ghostbusters films, Dan Aykroyd.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes, and one of the actresses from, I believe her name is Daryl Hannah. I've never seen the movies, but I've heard them, the Kill Bill movies.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. She played she wore black all the time. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was too. She is too.
Yeah.
I remember Darren.
That's
Hannah
amazing.
For years.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I can't tell you last time I saw Kill Bill, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
It's
even-
been years since I've seen her.
And even some famous, I want to say historians is the word, maybe? One in particular, Albert Einstein.
Interesting. I could see
I knew
that.
that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a show on CBS. It's about a doctor.
Oh, The Good Doctor, yes.
The Good Doctor.
That
Yes.
show,
I feel
have
like
never
that-
cried so hard in my life. Oh my goodness.
I have yet to, I
Weeping.
saw a little bit of the pilot, and sorry if I was interrupting.
No, you're totally fine.
And I haven't had time to catch up on the show, but from what I've heard, it's doing a really good job of portraying it.
Yes. Yeah, I saw the first 2 episodes. I haven't had a chance to go back and watch it, but
Yeah.
I saw the first 2 episodes, and yes, it is very good.
Prepare
Very
yourself for
good.
an absolutely grueling emotional roller coaster.
I'm sure it is.
But it is a very that show. I don't have a lot of experience with
Right.
knowing people with autism in my personal life, but I felt like that show, for what it's worth, and being a TV show and things like that, I felt like I got a lot of
Yep.
kind of a view into that world, you know. And I think that everybody should be watching media and things like that to kind of help understand what it's like to be somebody with
Right.
autism. Just
It's-
trying to go through, you know,
just
everyday
like-
life.
he's a doctor. He's great at what he
Yeah.
does, but because of his outward personality, it's like, oh no, he's not. But he's a great doctor, you know.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy that plays him is so funny. He played Charlie in Charlie
Yeah.
Chocolate
Yeah, I
Factory.
know.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Freddie Highmore is his
Way to make
name.
me feel old. I'm not old.
Yeah, he actually played.
Man.
He wasn't obviously the original one, like back in the
No. This is
1971.
Charlie.
No.
The
Charlie
one with the
Chocolate
Johnny Depp
Yeah.
one. The,
Willy Wonka is the original.
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
yeah, the
is
one with where Willy Wonka
which I think Johnny Depp did.
was portrayed by Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah,
I
oh my
love that
goodness,
movie.
that was a fun movie.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
It was. It was. Nothing
That's-
beats the original, but that
Oh,
one
yeah.
was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Either way, both are nostalgia for me, and I love it.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I know.
And so Chase, kind of looking to the future, how do you hope that how people view autism and how people interact with people with autism and how the media portrays autism and things like that, how would you like to see that progressing? Would you like to see more people represented in popular film and media? Would you like to see more, you know, awareness brought to, you know, this is what it's like to be me, more kind of like community, things like that?
Yes, for both, or like all of it anyway, like any of it really. And like I just remember too that like there's even like some people that we didn't even know that we either didn't know or even especially forgot who have autism. I remember one in particular, like if you've ever heard of the song "Fireflies" by Owl City. That planet Earth turns. Start singing it like a little bit, just to bring back anybody's memory.
That was a super popular song.
Oh yeah, I love it. I still love it to this day. The singer, I forgot his name at the moment, but like he also has autism as well.
That's amazing. And so these are things that, you know, I feel like people don't know. I mean, I feel like people aren't aware of possibly how many people that, you know, they look up to, they respect, they've seen in movies, film, music, different things who have autism. And so it would be nice to definitely see that change in the future and have more people be aware.
Yes.
Something that we had last year, which I don't know how.
Oh, I think I know what you're.
Yeah, I don't know how this pandemic is going to affect that. But
Yes.
yeah, sensitive.
Oh yeah, sensitive Santa. Yes,
Sensitive Santa. Yeah,
I was
we had
part
it
of
here on
that.
campus. Yeah, we had it
Yeah,
for.
I was in
for
charge of
kids,
sign-in.
Yeah, that have different sensory issues.
Yeah,
and-
whether they were autistic or not.
Right. It could have just been, like I said, some people are just diagnosed with sensory perception, but it was something that we had here on campus for for kids, and it was all ages, from elementary up, and they had different crafts, and they even had a Santa. It was the setting was quieter, light sensitive kind of thing, and it's a great idea.
I was gonna say that was very well attended. I believe.
A lot of kids, they want to, they want to see Santa and everything, but sometimes that mall and all that noise,
yeah.
it's just too much for them.
Yeah.
And so,
And the guy who did the Santa too, he's done it before too.
Yeah,
what
he
I
was
heard,
great, I heard,
at
yeah.
the time, like, and he does a really good job.
because he understands, the different children and how to portray Santa in a sensitive way, so to speak.
In a little more subtle.
Yeah, so a little more subtle, right? So like I said, I don't know, but this year how that's I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have it, but
Just sad.
just just things like that.
Yeah.
people
And so do
can
you
have-
see more events like that becoming popular, not just here on
I hope
campus,
so.
but in the communities?
Yeah,
and
I
things?
would hope so. I don't know a whole lot about the community. I live in Radcliffe, so I'm but I know with what we had here, it's something that I think can become bigger within the community.
Definitely.
Because there are a lot of kids that would prefer that setting over going to the mall or whatever. And so we get through this pandemic,
Yeah, well,
Oh yeah,
hoping
which I
that's
think
we're
is
hoping
on the downhill slide.
yeah,
but-
right.
Yeah.
That we can get back to something like that.
And that is kind of an interesting question, Chase. How has COVID kind of changed the way that you hang out with your friends, where you interact with people, things like that? Has it made it like a lot of people are feeling a lot more
Yes.
isolated than they normally would, obviously. And so have you seen and felt that?
Well, I'd say like not completely. Like I even heard like on the news, which I find it hard to believe, but like research has confirmed that like those who like zombie films, like they say that, like they do better, like that they're handling this situation. Like
They laid the
okay,
prep work.
in a way, but like obviously like it's still a challenge. Like this is, especially this semester for me, like this is where I actually do have like my truly first online only class, and it is my anatomy class. And if you can handle completely online anatomy, I respect you.
God bless you.
You can do anything.
But like, how can you do the dissections at home? Because you have to do dissections when you're in anatomy. Because I recently did, because I have to do 3 dissections, and I recently did one of
goodness.
them, my rat.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
And I understand why my mom didn't want to help me on that.
I don't blame her.
I was going to say, you know.
But my cousin helped, and she was very helpful.
You can
Well, that's
have
sweet.
that.
He's like, I can't help you with that. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. And I think hopefully as things clear up and, you know, we get to kind of be in a little bit more of a social setting, we do see a lot more of those events and, you know, groups that come together to try and offer more awareness and definitely more safe spaces for students who, you know, who need that extra attention paid to, okay, let's dim the lights, let's turn down the music, let's make it a little bit softer, excuse me, a little quieter, a little bit more manageable. And so is there anything else, kind of words of wisdom that you'd like to give or encouragement to new students who maybe they're thinking about college and they're like, I don't know if I can do that or not? Just kind of some encouragement that you would provide those students to say, hey, you can do it.
May I go first?
Sure.
Well, I also forgot to mention this too. Like, we also love to have things that like in schedule. Like we always like to have things like a routine, basically. Like we love to have our routines, and basically, especially when COVID hit, that a lot of that changed too. And we're not completely too fond to change a lot of us, though. With the help of family and friends, like we can get through it. And especially like once this whole pandemic is over, we can go back to like our regular routines. And so like for those you said about wanting to go to college or thinking about going to college, I will say this. It may be hard at first, but in the end, it is worth it, completely worth it, because you are going after something, you're achieving a goal, you are basically, you are basically, I want to say striving. You're striving, like, to achieve more, to make yourself better, and to help you, like, if you know, like, what you want to do with your life, say career-wise, and you have to go to college for that, because majority of it is yes. Like, it will be worth it. It will be hard depending on like what you're going into and like what classes you have to take. That stuff will be hard, but like you can always like find help anywhere, whether it's like say you're struggling in math, like there's tutors, there's services and other stuff. And I know I'm probably going all over the place when I keep saying different things, but like I also forgot to say that there's 2 other media related things that I forgot to say. There was either last year or the year before. He was a winner of America's Got Talent. He was not only autistic, but he was also blind.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's a really good singer. His name is Cody Lee. If anybody who
Did he
watches,
get the golden buzzer?
yes,
Yeah.
if I recall, he did.
Gosh,
I
you
can't
gotta
remember
look that
from
up.
who.
Oh man.
I can't remember from who. I want to say it was either. I want to say it might have been Howie or Simon.
I feel like it was Simon. I don't know why I feel that way. I just feel like
Yeah,
it
I
was.
kind of think that too. But like, his video is on YouTube.
And again, you will cry. It is so sweet and so
gosh, it's so
wonderful. It's so heartwarming. You will
Yeah.
cry.
And there's also, shows like those dating shows like The Bachelor, Bachelorette, or even like Netflix's Love Is Blind. I think that's Netflix. There's even like a Netflix dating show called Love on the Spectrum. I've also heard mixed reviews about that, both good and bad. Like how, for example, one of the bad ones is like they talk about like before the date starts, like they talk about like each of their likes and dislikes. What, interestingly enough, they only focus, like for dislikes, they only focus on the sensories and not really more of like regular.
Like you as a person, things you dislike.
Yeah. And like they even put like inclusive stuff in there too, like LGBTQ as well. And even some people on the spectrum can be LGBTQ. And if you either don't understand it or respect it, it's 2020. At least do one of those. At least either understand it or respect it. And if possible, both. That's really great because, like, I think I know some, if I recall, I know some people who are LGBTQ. I can't recall if I know any who are both autistic and LGBTQ. But, like, I think the way that they portray LGBTQ on the show, Love on the Spectrum, I'd say it's very good. And it's also funny at times, too. Because, like, we'll say things that, like, we don't understand, like, why it's funny, but, like, it's funny, like, to others. And so, sorry if I was getting off track. I think I
You're
answered
totally
the question earlier, too, about the college.
Definitely.
Yeah, and also, if you're skeptical at first, like, if you're on the spectrum, and you're skeptical about going to college at first, in my opinion, this is how I thought of it. Like I always wanted to go to ECTC. Some people say their dream school is like a big university or something. Well, this is my dream school. This is my dream college. And then basically what's another thing to do is like if you're scared of the facts and the statistics about like not a whole lot of people on the spectrum like not making it into college, prove them wrong.
There you go.
Punch those facts and statistics right in the face.
Definitely.
And I mean that in a good way, not in a violent way.
Uplifting way.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was the question?
You're totally fine. If you had to give kind of one bit of advice, one bit of words of wisdom to encourage people who maybe they're contemplating coming to college, they're kind of worried about it, like Chase said, what would you say for them?
I would say ask questions, come to the campus, contact wherever you decide to go, contact your disability coordinator, accessibility coordinator, and, just ask them what's available. Ask what's available for you, ask about accommodations. If you're one of those people that you're afraid because of the statistics, like Chase said, think of it as you are going to be, what's the word? I'm like you now, Chase. I'm like, what's the word? Striving towards something.
It's okay.
And so you're going to complete a goal. Look at it as having a goal and completing that goal and how great you'll feel once that goal is completed. But like I said, the first thing is just, check out the college itself, check out the accessibility coordinator, try to, ask questions. Have your parents come with you because sometimes mom and dad have questions that you don't even think about.
Definitely.
So just kind of get to know the college that you want to go to and the resources that they have. And like Chase said, look at it as just reaching a goal and getting something for yourself, doing it for you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And if I may say something else too, like if you're thinking about like say like you're thinking about maybe going to like a university that you either know or didn't know that it was out of state, like and you're worry and like you're scared of like of that big change right there, you don't have to go out of state for college if you don't want to, because like there's other, because like no matter where you go, there's great colleges and universities everywhere. Like here in Kentucky, there's University of Louisville, Western Kentucky University, University of Kentucky, and so on. And like, no matter where you go, there's bound to be a program or a major or something like that for you.
Definitely. And so definitely check out your options as far as what's available. Like Ms. Teresa said, definitely check out who can support you and who can kind of be your advocate as you go through and kind of be your guide to help answer any questions, connect you to resources. Because sometimes that's all it takes is, okay, I just need to answer this question and then I'm good to go.
So like I always tell students, if I don't know, I'll find it.
Definitely. Definitely.
If I don't know the answer, I will definitely try to find it for you. So yeah, sometimes it's just asking that question.
Yeah.
And so thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast with us today. I think this has been super informative and a really great conversation.
Yeah.
And so, like I said at the beginning, check us out every Tuesday, Thursday at 1 p.m. here on the FYE Talks podcast. If you have an idea for a future episode, feel free to reach out to myself. And I'm Alexis Hutchinson, and my email is ahutchinson0029@kctcs.edu. We'd love to have you on the show. And so, Ms. Teresa, could you plug your contact information if anybody has any questions?
Yeah, it's Teresa Brown. That's Teresa. And my email is tbrown0641@kctcs.edu. Phone number is 270-706-8455. And I am located in the Assessment Center, which is room 129 in the RPC building.
Yes. And I don't know about, should I say mine? I don't know.
You're good, Chase.
Okay. Now, before we go, I would like to say a couple of things, if that's okay. I also made a big decision too. Like, in high school, my senior year, I took also 2 dual credit courses, college algebra and communications. And during my communications course, I wrote a paper about autism and Asperger's. I didn't think of like bringing that here, but maybe we can do it like maybe like in another autism episode maybe.
Definitely. So stay tuned for that. We're definitely going to have Chase on here again to kind of give us more information, read your paper, let us all know more about what it's like and kind of how we can help be good advocates and good peers to support everybody, because that's what we're here to do, is to help everyone and kind of give everyone that positivity, that encouragement that they need, because college is hard.
Yes.
Like, facts are facts. It's hard. Hard for everyone that comes here. And so the more that we can kind of help each other and be more knowledgeable, I think the better.
Yeah, and also a children's book as well, I wrote as well. It's called The New Superhero, and you can find it on the website storyjumper.com. And it's not really more like into like the facts, because like it's it's obviously like a children's book, like it's gotta have a good story and all that, but like it does go into it. And my mom even helped me with the book as well. Like she did like some of the illustrations and like the other and like a lot of the other illustrations, like you'll even see like a NASCAR in there. That's like just from the website.
Well, that's awesome. Definitely check that out. And that was on storyjumper.com.
Correct.
Awesome.
No spaces or hyphens for it.
Gotcha. All righty. Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much. And we look
Thank
forward
you.
to having you on here again.
Awesome.
All right.